What's good? Good morning. Good afternoon. It's afternoon, but I'm taking a break from doing delivery work. It's the first of the month, and that's usually a busy day, and it's Sunday. The weather's nice, so it's been pretty okay so far. I don't hustle anymore. I see other Spark drivers and I see how quick they move, and I get it because I used to be that way. But at this point, I just don't have the energy for it. Like, I barely have the energy for this video. But let me, get into it. This video is connected to the deliveries. It's for Spark. And so it's you go shop at Walmart for people's orders and then you go deliver it, right? And the interaction I had today is actually the same gentleman I made another video about. I'll try to link that at the end, so watch this video to the end, and then there will be a tile you can click on. The title of that video, he belly laughed so loud, or something like that. This particular Walmart employee that I interact with frequently, I've had a lot of good conversations with. So there's that story, which was in the past, and now this new story we have connected to the title of this video. We can break the spell. There are a lot of spells that have been cast on the general population to sort of create their complicity in perpetuating this current toxic paradigm. No division. I really want to continue to raise awareness to the fact that we should stop being divided as the masses. So the ruling classes are intentionally dividing us, and we need to stop them from doing that. This morning, I was doing a shop and deliver order, and I'm extra grumpy in the mornings. I'm not a morning person, and so I was tired and I was grumpy, and I saw him. And we interacted, and, he said, "How are you?" And I was like, "I'm tired and I'm grumpy and whatever," right? I was like, "It's been a long day, a long week, a long year." To which he, was nodding along, agreeing. He gets it. And then he sort of interjects and says, "Well, only 3.5 more years of this." And me and the other lady that works there that I also see often, she's just some older lady who's always got some funny quip to insert. We kind of look at each other, and we both almost at the same time replied back to him in almost the same manner. Nothing's gonna change. And even before I clarified, I just knew what he was talking about. It is quite clear if you specifically use that time frame. He's talking about Trump. And so I was like, "Well, I kind of assume you're talking about Trump and whatnot." And the guy was like, "Yeah." And so I was like, "Well, I voted for him, so we can talk about that next time I come through." And so I left, kind of smirking and saying that to him. And the other lady, it was so funny. She, that meme, the "oh" meme. That's kind of like how she reacted. She was like, "Uh-oh." And she just created this additional, side layer of comedic context to the situation. And so, I'd go deliver that order, and I come back through, and I see him again, and I sort of, in a comedic way, cautiously approach, and I say, "Does this mean we can't be friends anymore?" And he was like, "Oh no, well, we can still be friends, we just," and then the lady, she was there again, chimes in, "just not political friends." And I used the opportunity to insert this comment that I said I would actually prefer to take the conversation to a deeper philosophical level, if you want to go there. And that perked his interest. That really got him interested. And he was like, "Oh yeah, well, if we can talk about philosophy, and politics and philosophy are very intertwined." So I was like, "Cool, I look forward to my next time around." And I did that very intentionally. I gently went in to assess the situation, because it's not uncommon for people to not want to continue to associate with you if you voted for Donald Trump. And I'm not MAGA, and I don't love that I voted for him. I don't want to get into that in this video, but I wanted to just not let the division win, and I wanted to just, fight it. And I feel like in that moment, we successfully diffused some tension and created some common ground. And it goes even further. This is what I love about, because he knows about my shirt and whatnot. But this is like my shirt in action. This is philosophy in action, which is, to me, is awesome. It doesn't generate income, but it's still awesome. Anyways, okay. Another order I go through, and now that we've had some common ground established, he asks, who's your favorite philosopher? And I said, it's probably got to be Socrates. Shout out Socrates. He was the fucking man, if he existed. But anyways, okay. I think he existed. And I asked, okay, yeah, who's yours? And he said Diogenes. And I was like, oh man, he's one of my favorites too. Because literally yesterday I was volunteering at the Humane Society. My dog passed. If you're new to my channel, my dog passed years ago and my life is just a mess. I don't have space in my life for a dog, but I have space in my heart to volunteer for them. It's very fulfilling, rewarding. I suggest you explore it. So Diogenes is one of my favorite philosophers too. The cynic who liked dogs. He's maybe more cynical than me, because I don't want to be so cynical I become jaded, which is, I've flirted with that. But anyways, let me get back on track. We are literally breaking the spell that the mainstream media has cast upon the population that has divided us. And it's going to be chaotic moving forward still, no doubt about it. But that's why we have to do what we can. And that just means in our everyday lives, interacting with people in an open way, in a way to give them space to express themselves, but also to create an environment where you can express yourself, which I believe is possible if you can find some initial common ground. Some initial common ground is always a good starting place. So that's what I would recommend for you. There was one more thing I wanted to say. I'm going to pause. Let me come back. Okay, I remember. I believe that this summer we're going to see a lot of social engineering in regards to creating protests, riots, destruction of personal and private property, kind of like the Chaz and the Chop that we had, and the George Floyd protests and riots and whatnot. I think we're going to see another round of that. General destabilization is one of their go-to tools, and they have, unfortunately, because Donald Trump is president, a wonderful opportunity to capitalize on. The ruling classes, and when I say ruling classes, it's really simple, don't complicate it. The mega corporation owners and the government, who are all best friends working together. That's the ruling class. Don't overcomplicate it. Some people like to overcomplicate it. You don't have to. They know how to utilize either outcome, whether Harris won or whether Trump won. They already had plans. That's the thing, is that you all need to move past the whole left-right fake paradigm. That's one of the big talking points that we should get to. After you establish common ground with someone, then you begin to open their eyes to see how these are literally just two wings of the same bird. If you're already awake, you already know that. But I think we're at a point now where so many people are wanting to wake up, but they just need the right information and the right direction to sort of go in. And the reality that our entire government is bought and paid for and is corrupt to the core, it's initially very destabilizing. The cognitive dissonance, prevents a lot of people from waking up. But if you truly want to wake up, you have to push through the cognitive dissonance that comes with breaking spells. So not just the spell of them dividing us, but the spell of the programming that has created these large narratives that are crumbling, that you know are crumbling, that you see are crumbling, and yet it's hard to accept. We can break the spell, and we're doing it. And if you're currently on the edge, I would say jump into the realm of the uncertain. And I promise you, you will find the answers that you were looking for. Check the link in the description below to get your No Division shirts and then my PsyOps special shirt. I'm so excited. I have some on the way so I can show what they look like in real life, but my website has them available now. Check it out. Also like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. Check out, there should be a video somewhere here maybe that you can watch. Together we're going to build the new earth. Much love.